So let's go to plugins, and I want to show you how to set up the Yoast plugin, right? So first of all, once you installed it, you see here on the lower left, the general tab, and then you see here the dashboard, features, and webmaster tools. But of course, first of all, with the free version you have, remember, we have been blocking the robots, and it gives you here this alarm, that you should change the settings that Google can actually find your web page. We don't care about this alarm right now because we know for sure that, we have been taking care for it, and we want to open this later, right? So, but how should we set this thing up? First of all, there are lots of features: SEO analysis, readability, cornerstone content, and so on. I don't go through the specifics here right now, but the general setup, I leave everything as it is for now, right, as the standard settings. And I also show you then later what to do with the webmaster tools and how you can connect everything and make sure that also, we have Google Analytics set up, Facebook Pixel set up, and everything you need in order to track. But in the SEO search appearance settings, then this is where it also starts, where you can make some more changes. I leave usually everything to the standard. Important here is now to say, like, okay, what should we do with the posts? For instance, show posts in search results. Yes, we want to do this. Date in the snippet preview. Well, we don't want to have that. And as you can see, the standard features are already set up to go. There is also like, how the post should appear in the snippets from Google, for instance, with the title, the page separator, and so on. I just leave everything as it is right now. The most two important things are, of course, posts and pages. And I also leave this everything to the standard, and I just click Save the Changes under the content types. Media. So this is caused a lot of problems in the past and was like causing lots of confusion as well. But fact is, when you go to the media section here, you wanna keep the redirect attachment URLs on yes, okay? So basically, if there is a media uploaded, that is any image or a PDF or whatever, right? And it would create its own URL. And most of the time you don't want to have that because you want to make sure that this URL is just a picture. I mean, there is no content. You want to make sure that it's going to be redirected to the actual blog post. For example, if somebody is finding the picture, right? This is the reason why you leave this on. The next tab is Taxamonies. So this is a huge thing. For example, when you create blog posts, you also create categories, right? There are some people out there, they believe in categories, or they say, like, I want to have categories. That's super important. And I want to show you what it really does and what it means. And I actually don't work with categories. I was also like over 10 years now doing this, whatever, always confused and felt like, oh, I should have a category because that's so important. But I went totally away from this. It caused lots of other issues and problems. And I just want to keep it slim and straight. And I have one main domain name and then slash the URL and talk about the topic you're interested in, because you can internally link about any blog posts anyways. So, but what does this actually do? Let me show you to that. So if you would click on categories, right, then you see the demo importer also automatically created categories, which I'm going to delete all of them, right? Because I have no, I have no purpose for using any categories anyways, besides maybe, like I said, the blog category, that's the one and only, but nothing else. So, but what is it doing? When you basically view that now and click on apps, then you can see that it created a URL, and you can't see this now because I'm recording without the URL, but I will put it, of course, on top of it in my video. But you will see that it's creating a URL, and it has the structure /category/apps in the URL. And for me, I always say, like, hey, I don't need to see this word category in my URL. I mean, that it's a category, yes, and then the link structure gets extra long. my folder structure, whatever, is extra long. So I just tell you for now, I always say show categories in search results. Like, yes, okay, so I want to show them in search results, but I show you then later what I mean by stripping this out by removing the categories prefix. And this is down here below. So this is basically, can you find the categories, or are you willing to index the categories? I say yes. If you create one, for sure, why not, right? And the same is also with post tags. So if you have tags, do you want to have that in your search results? Well, I also have to say here, in SEO, there are lots of different opinions. Some people just say, hey, no, because it's duplicate, right? I have already a page or a blog ranking, so I don't really care about tags. So you can say, I want to strip out the tags. You can also say, you know what, I don't want to rank, or I don't want to have any category in the index. But I believe, for instance, if you have a really good category with lots of blog posts, and you might be able to be found, why not? Because it's anyways like a summary. So I keep the category on. And the post format, I also say like, hey, format-based archives, show format in search results, no. So I keep creating an archive, but I don't want to see it in search results. So also the basic settings are fine. But here comes now the most important thing. Remove the categories from the prefix, right? So now if you check that, what does it mean? It means now that the slug category, so this one here, what you see here, is actually gone from the URL, okay? So that means if I would go back to this apps here, then it would be just purpose.marketing/apps, and the /category/apps would be gone, right? And that's for sure something you want to have if you don't believe like you want to have always the word category in your URL. I don't believe in it. That's why I take it away. Okay. Then archives. This is basically like an archive. It's creating from your blog post. I usually don't want to set this in the search results because it's a duplicate, whatever. I don't feel like that is necessary. So author archive can be enabled, but doesn't have to be found because I have my blog posts and pages that's hopefully going to be found anyways. The dates archives, yes, you can also have that, but not found in your search engine. And I forgot about the special pages here, but I also have to say there is nothing what I change, and I just keep it like it is, right? Breadcrumbs. So in the past, I was also using breadcrumbs. So that means if you're working with categories, then I would enable those breadcrumbs, because then you really have a nice structure, and you can say like, okay, I have like, I don't know, a category for t-shirts or for shoes, and then everything in the link choose would always automatically give it a link up into that category. And it's also nice to see for the audience and the user to have like breadcrumbs in the navigation, because then you can actually see where you are at, right? But I also stopped using breadcrumbs, and therefore in this particular case I also disable it. And if you have more questions about breadcrumbs, oh my god, we can go like, and I might even do another session with it and explain more about it. But that's about it. The RSS feeds, I keep everything as it is for now, and I change those settings, right? And I keep everything as it is. Now, get Google authorization code. So of course I do this here live with you. So if you basically work with Google, then you want to make sure that you also get then a code and put this together with, of course, where do we have it? Well, I didn't add it yet. And that's what I have to do that later. You see here all my other old websites or whatever I once created, but you see like I cannot basically connect this profile or that specific authentication code, because I need to set it up, and I need to set up a new property first in Google in my webmaster tool in order to be able to connect that. So I show you this then later on. So I keep this open here for now, and you can't actually connect. With social media platforms, that's basically the same. So All you have to do is just fill in here all your Facebook URL page or the Twitter username, Instagram, LinkedIn, and whatever, and fill it all out. That's it. That's really helpful, because if you create later on a blog post, everything is connected and linked to that particular page or Instagram account and whatever. But I keep this for now because I don't have any of those. And those are special tools. I'm not getting into it for now. And the premium we don't have. We are working with the free one. So that was the fly-through setting up the Yoast SEO free version for the beginning stage. And we will then move on with the next step of my video.